Hey guys, we're out here today on the deer ranch. This is private land that we've got that my little boy William has really turned into more of an animal zoo. According to him, I'm not allowed to kill anything out here. That said, my favorite part about deer hunting has nothing to do with killing anyway, and everything to do with ranching. So that's why I call it my deer ranch. So today I'm out here spraying some spraying some weeds in our field. That's going to be a food plot this fall. We sprayed it twice with a tractor. Got a couple of spots that we didn't hit hard enough or just missed. So I've got a backpack sprayer that I'm going to just spray that with regular glyphosate, and then I've got another backpack sprayer that's got RM43, which is a mix of glyphosate and imaprazole. That's going to kill dead anything it touches, and it also has a weed preventative quality to it. So I'm going to spray that on our roads and trails. I'm going to walk through a little bit today. It is July 4th. Happy Independence Day, 250th anniversary of our great country. I couldn't think of anything else better to do on the morning of July 4th than come be out here on the land of the free. And we're going to get some work done today. It is going to be hot, but that is the fact of deer season, is most of the work that you do is going to happen when it's hot, when it's buggy. So we're going to be out here, we're going to suffer through it. It's going to be hot. I got plenty of water. We're going to get through it, the field, and I'm anticipating we'll get through the trails in probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll be drenched by the time it's done, but then we'll be done. And then next time we're out here, we're going to trim up some trees around tree stands. That's next on the list. I've got a little campground in here as well that I'm going to be cleaning up to kind of have a space to bring the family and camp, even have like hunt camp set up. And then around September is when we're going to plant the food plot, thinking probably winter oats, maybe some winter rye, something pretty simple. The pH, I know for a fact, is not great. I'm going to do a soil test today while I'm here, but I know the pH isn't great, and we're not going to have time to get it right for anything super nice. But deer love winter oats and winter rye, and that's good enough, and both of them are fairly tolerant to lower pHs. So this is my first year really getting back into managing a deer herd, getting into deer hunting again. So the field's been super neglected for years, and this, rather than, and this is something that I've been guilty of in the past, maybe you're thinking about it, rather than jumping in and throwing a bunch of money on the ground in the form of expensive seed, I'm just not doing that this year. I've done it before. I've wasted seed. If you don't have good pH, most of the stuff, clovers, chicories, brassicas, stuff like that, they're not going to tolerate the lower pHs. 6.5 is really probably about the lowest you can go with most of those, and really ideally you want to be at 7. My estimate, we'll see what the soil test says, but my estimate is this soil is probably about 5.5. Maybe if we're lucky at 6. And winter rye is super tolerant, down really even. It will grow in 5 pH. And then winter oats are more tolerant than anything else. 5.5 is really probably about as low as we can go with that. Up to 6, and it'll do fine. So that's the plan this year, is we're going to have about 2 acres of a oat rye mix. Not ryegrass, it's a cereal rye. I've made that mistake before too. So let's get after it. All right, just finished the spot spraying of the field. Use every drop of 4 gallons to get it done. Man, it is hot. It is July 4th. It is 90 degrees with a feels like of 100, and it's only going to get hotter. I've got to grab the Miprazir glyphosate mix and get some of these trails sprayed. I don't know if you can tell, but the road itself has already been sprayed. It's looking good. We use the tractor for that. But I've got a trail that goes in right there. It goes in probably 200 yards, circles back through, comes back out at the field, and then another trail that goes in, probably goes in about 250, 300 yards through that way. And then there's the field, but then there's a block of woods over this direction, and there's a trail that goes all the way around that block of woods. I don't know how much of it I'm going to get sprayed today, but I'm at least going to. We've got the security gate up front. There's a bunch of poison ivy and stuff like right around the gate, so I'm going to spray up there. I'm definitely going to spray this loop here, see how far the mixture goes, and see how far I can go without having a heat stroke. But whatever we don't get today, I'll be back out in a few weeks. We'll probably bring the tractor back out for maybe one more burn down spray, put out a little bit of lime, probably late July, early August. And then we're gonna cut and trim branches and stuff around a few of the stand locations. So when we come back, I'll finish whatever didn't get finished today, but I'm gonna get to it so I can get home and enjoy the 4th of July festivities with the family. Just realizing these are not the exact same sprayer. They're both Roundup Pros, but that one's got a nice handle on it. Looks honestly sturdier. It's probably not great to get these chemicals all over my hands, but well. So this is RM43. It's in a big red jug at a Tractor Supply, and it's a really great product. It's glyphosate. I'm pretty sure Miprazir is the second ingredient in it. But do not spray it on your food plots or anything that you're planning to turn into a food plot, because it carries a 6 to 12 month weed prevention quality to it. So if you go out and throw seed on top of something that you've sprayed with RM43, it's most likely not going to grow. And even if it does grow a little bit or begin to germinate, it's going to be really, really poor performance. So glyphosate is what I use to do burn downs. Once you've got established plots, like certain clovers and stuff, clomethadone, there's several things that you can spray actually to get grasses out of your plots that are established. But glyphosate is really all you need to do the burn downs. All right, so that did not go very far. I've got a little bit sloshing around back there, but not nearly enough to finish even the first loop. But I sprayed it hard. I sprayed the edges too. So I'll just come back again. I'll probably bring 8 gallons of the RM43 for the trails. I love this. Anybody that has spent much time in the woods knows that for some reason it's just never as hot. It is, but it doesn't feel as hot. It doesn't feel nearly as miserable when you're out here getting to just manage land. And I know, I've got so many trail cams out here, so I'll see the deer using these trails within a couple of days. Honestly, these deer, and it's why I call this my deer ranch, they're so habituated that honestly they'll probably be using this tonight. And the food plots will be great. I've got a supplemental feed program running right now, so I mean they're eating well. We've got fawns that just dropped in the last several weeks. They're showing up on camera now, and this is what deer hunting is about for me. It's more the management than anything else. So I like my little deer ranch out here. I will hunt. I'm especially going to hunt some public land this year just because there is a thrill and some fun in the chase. I have a supplemental feed program running out here. There will be food plots. These deer are somewhat habituated. I've got 8 cameras, I think, running, 6 cameras running on this property, so I've got them patterned extremely well. And to me, I mean, there's not a ton of fun, honestly, in killing those deer. If I need meat in the freezer, then maybe. So end of the year, if I haven't killed anything and I want to put some natural meat in my freezer, that's part of ranching, is you've got farm to table. But and then there's some management aspect to that too. You don't want to outgrow your ability to carry the herd. We're also very doe heavy on this property, so it's probably a good management choice to, towards the end of the season, probably take 1 to 2 does off of this property, just for management. But just being able to enjoy the property, enjoy watching the deer. I'll bring my son out here. William will come out with me hunting this year, and he's not even going to want me to kill anything. He's just going to enjoy watching them, and I'm totally fine with that. But coming out here and getting some work done pre-season is necessary. These trails, I paid to have a mulcher come in and mulch them. If I don't spray them, they grow up. So it's something you got to do, and usually you're going to be doing it when it's its hottest, so you might as well enjoy it. So I'm going to finish spraying these trails. Like I said, I'm spraying the edges some too, just because then I don't have them encroaching in on me. So I've been spraying pretty heavy. That's why I probably only got about 200 yards of spraying done. Didn't even get to the loop. So that'll be next time.